Hey everybody, Adam here. Decided to finally shoot a Super Nintendo collection video. The cat won't give up the bed. Damn cat. But I dug everything out, kind of laid it out in a kind of grouping, and I have more stuff than I thought I did. It's a pretty modest collection though. I've got about 42 games, a couple of systems, both of them. The one in the box is yellowed a little bit on the top, and that one's a little bit dirty because it's one I picked up at the thrift store. And then I have a few extra controllers and a mouse. I picked that mouse up for $2 at the thrift store. I don't even have Mario Paint or anything you use the mouse with, but I figured you can't go wrong picking up a mouse. Some of these you might have seen or we picked up recently. We got Super Godzilla back there, that Arkanoid, and Space Ace in box. We have Star Wars, Super Star Wars Platinum Player's Choice Edition. There's that Caesar's Palace. My Killer Instinct with the killer cuts. I'm probably going to open some of these up and show that I have, the complete contents. Anyway, we got Super Mario RPG, Super Metroid in box, Super Star Wars that's not the player's choice, Super Empire Strikes Back in box, Return of the Jedi, Madden 96. I mainly picked that up because it had everything, including the fold-out maps that had all the teams, rosters on them, and everything. So I picked it up. Super Street Fighter 2, not Turbo. In box, all three of the Mortal Kombats. We have Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. This is a hard son of a bitch. Mortal Kombat 3. Yeah, it was harder than the Genesis version. I'm almost positive. Final Fantasy 3 in box. Breath of Fire in box. Beavis and Butthead, and Paperboy 2. Those are all the box games I have. It looks like, as far as box games for the Super Nintendo goes, we've got about 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 20. So one double on that, but the rest of them are unique titles, which is pretty cool. All of them are. I don't know. One of them, I think Arkanoid's missing the instructions because it was one that I picked up at the thrift store, but all the other ones are complete, so that's sweet. Hey, that kind of rhymed. The Zelda back there has the instruction book and the maps and everything, because it was actually a pack-in with the Nintendo when I got it, and so it didn't come with an actual box. You can see it says Game Pack inside Zelda, Link to the Past on there. And then, so it was the first game I got aside from Super Metroid for my collection, and I still say, for my money, Super Metroid's the best game they put out on the Super Nintendo. But that's just me, and everybody's got their own taste. While I have it out, I am gonna do a couple gameplays on some Super Nintendo stuff. But I figured we'd go ahead and go through the loose carts, and then I'd maybe put the camera down and show you some of the insides of these boxes. But to start off, I pretty much have covers, the bottom cover for all of these, because I can pick them up at the retro store, usually for 50 cents, sometimes, a little more, but I definitely buy them because I want them, to protect the actual pins and everything. So first games first, WWF Raw, produced by LJN, and label's in pretty good shape. Back label is torn. I didn't know it was torn, and this is one of those ones where I might just do a back swap on it, because it's really not that high dollar of a title anyway. The second one I have here is Super Tennis, and it looks pretty good, actually. I think this was $1 or $2, or I might have got it in a trade somehow. I don't really remember how I came across that Super Tennis. Probably a thrift store pickup. Here's that F-Zero we just picked up. I went ahead and put a case cover on the bottom, and its label's looking pretty sweet. Next game, we'll go with PTO2. It stands for Pacific Theater of Operations. So it looks like some planes trying to sink battleships or something. I don't know. I know I got this at the thrift store though for $1 or $2. I couldn't even tell you if I've ever stuck it in. Next is Super Mario World, and you can see this one's got the booger on the label. This is the one that I didn't. This is the one I picked up at the pawn shop for $1, but it's got that piece out of the label, and that's why I picked up the second copy at the thrift store for $9. This is the other copy, and I think this one is in great shape. So I have a double on the Mario, which I'll probably put. I've been keeping my doubles kind of separate, so I have kind of a group of doubles. If anybody's looking to trade and stuff, I have doubles and stuff that I can, offer up. Next game, and one I'm going to be doing a gameplay on here, Lion King for the SNES. Pete asked me if I'd do a gameplay on it, and I said I would. I'm going to try to do a comparison because I have Lion King on the Genesis. I'm going to try to hook them both up at the same time and do one of my comparison vids. What's next? Next, I'm trying to put these in order, folks. We got Donkey Kong Country. Not in alphabetical order, but if I have sequels, I'm trying to do them in the right order. We got Donkey Kong Country. I had 3 copies of Donkey Kong Country at one time because the pawn shop had 3 copies there, and they wanted $1 a piece for them, and I bought all 3, and then I traded 2 of them off to Vintage Stock for store credit because they were worth like $8 or $9 trade at their store, and they sell them for like $12 or $14, and then it was like, I got it like 700% trade credit, so I was like, sweet, so I traded him in. Next game is another pawn shop pickup for $1, ActRaiser. I've never really played ActRaiser, but I heard it was pretty good, and that's why I went in and picked it up. The back label is kind of it looks like it might be peeling up there in the corner slightly and a little bit dirty, so don't know, but this game looks like it was at least, somebody used it, couple little dings out of the label. But sometimes I gotta quit being so picky about what the labels look like, or I'll never end up getting any copies of these games. Next game, this is one that I used to play with my buddies, and we just thought it was so hilarious, and some of the voices and stuff on it. But Out of This World for the SNES. This one's also dirty, and it's got somebody's name written on it, which means I haven't taken care of this one properly. I haven't cleaned it up yet. Some of these I bought, and just like I said, I found them cheap, and I tossed them in my plastic tubs that I store stuff in, and I just don't have enough room with everything else to put everything out. So sometimes I neglect to clean some of this stuff off. Next game is Batman Forever. I bought this one because the Angry Video Game Nerd Batman segment he did on the Batman games, and I thought it just looked so shitty I had to pick it up. Let me see. I should have did this one after the Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Revenge. The label's a little worn on that edge, but like I said, I gotta quit being so picky. And then also Donkey Kong Country 3. All of these were there. All 3 of the Donkey Kongs and the 2 sequels were there for $1 a piece, so I picked them up. Sorry folks, I'm probably gonna have to cut this video into 2 pieces, and this will be the first piece, and then we'll pick back up in the second piece. And thanks for watching. Join me in part 2.